Yo, yes now, bless now. Do not forget the rest now. Let me just blow this little fella up a little second. One moment. Bada bing, bada boom. We just listened to U2. We listened to their debut album entitled Boy, which has a debatable album cover. We discussed that at the start of the video. My very introduction to this record was through a... they used the term conspiracy to... falsify the claims of anybody who is a critical thinker. But I've seen some conspiracy video based upon this band, and they reference this album for obvious reasons. You can make your mind up in regards to that, and so that was my introduction to this record. Years on down the line, here I am listening to it because I thought, you know what, I've never really checked out U2. I've heard their singles, so many of their singles, don't get me wrong, not like a lot of them, but you can't help but just sort of get by in the world without having a U2 song force fed to you, or like the whole iPhone thing back in the day. Yeah, this was an okay record. It was an okay record. Normally we find that they put their best material first, and then by the latter half of the record it's just like dead and it's bad material, but I found it the counter opposite. I think this album actually gets better by the midway point. Let's say Out of Control onwards. I think from there it gets better, and most of it's down to the tempo. I think the sound, the production, and the way this band was sort of orchestrated at the time, with the youthful energy, and that goes hand in hand with the tempo and the more upbeat elements what we received on the later moments of the record. Really good. Production wise, we listened to the remastered 2008 version, so I can't tell you about the original recordings. Well, I can tell you about the original recordings, but not the original masters. It was good. It was good. It was definitely 80s. Definitely 80s. Early 80s, yes. You can tell that. Plenty of reverb on the record. Instrumentally speaking, everyone played a good point. I actually thought the vocals were the weakest part of the record. They weren't bad, but you know what? It was kind of cool to have a band come forth that wasn't completely based upon having a good frontman and like good just sort of singing capabilities. Like, the band was good, bassist was good, guitarist was good, drummer was good. What more could you want? That was really good. So as a whole, the band was good, the recording was good. It was a premium experience. Although I don't think the writing was optimal. These dudes were very young. It wouldn't surprise me if other people were writing for them within reason, purely as they were so young, yet they managed to arrange such a high quality product. So there was definitely an ins to the industry at this point, which, from a musician's perspective, you're going to be quite fortunate for that to be the case, especially whilst you're so young on your debut. So the idea of co-writers being involved wouldn't be a surprise to me. It was good. Does it touch me where I want to be touched? Not necessarily. It doesn't have the attitude. I think they're a bit uncool, and that's not because of the whole God Squad thing. Because if I don't mind that, to be honest. I think promoting good principles is a good thing, but the first track came with a music video, and I just feel they were a bit uncool. So like, as a rock band is concerned, not very rock and roll in my opinion. I'm trying to find other things to talk about at this point. Lengthwise, it's good. 11 tracks is more than enough. Arguably could make it 9 tracks. Cut a couple off. There's plenty of space to make room for less, in my opinion. I'd rid of a couple of bits if I really wanted to optimise this record. And if I was to rate this album, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 10. I'll give it a 4.5 because this is but a mere planted seed as to what I assume the band will become in later times. It's very young. The production gives it points. The actual instrumental capabilities gives it points. You know, the band can play very well. It's very polished, but as far as like gripping me and hooking me and giving me a reason to return, there is none of that. There is none of that. So that's why I give it such a low rating. You know, it could be the worst recordings in the world, the worst musicians in the world, but if I have a reason to come back, if I've got like that hook factor that relates to me, or you know, that melody is fantastic, then I'd rate it more. But I didn't get any of that. I did not get any of that. At my age, at this point, I could not relate to that record. And on that note, I'm signing out, people. I'll see you on the flip side. If you want me to check out more YouTube, let me know. I'm not even hating. It's my personal opinion, and I know later on down the line, as the band matures, there's going to be heaps of very, very good music for me to listen to. I'm signing out.